I don't care. The thing about flying, though, it's like, you know, it used to be like back in the day, it used to be like you flew, you paid one price for your ticket, and that's it. Now they charge you for it. They nickel and dime you for every little thing. The last time I flew, they charged me extra for emotional baggage. Having a Jewish mother, it cost me a fortune, I'll tell you. Oy vey. It was tough for me growing up. I remember in school, my friends would go on a field trip. Of course, my mom would take me on a guilt trip. You know? It was tough for me growing up. I got picked on a lot. All the kids in the block used to laugh at me, make fun of me. Yeah, I showed them I became a comedian. And nobody's laughing now. But it was hard for me. We were very poor growing up because my father's a rabbi. It was really hard for him to bring home the bacon. I mean, we were so kosher in my house, I wasn't even allowed to have a piggy bank. Or a ham radio. I'll tell you, it was rough, folks. And I used to get in trouble for squealing on my brothers, you know. I remember when I was growing up, I had a crush on the girl next door. Her name was Laureen. She was like really pretty. Sometimes we'd play doctor. Usually she'd be the doctor and I'd be the malpractice attorney. One time I invited her over for dinner at my house and I told her, I said, my dad's a rabbi. At our house we pray before we eat. She's like, we don't have to do that at my house because my mom's a good cook. When I was born, my father was 48 years old. That's true. We used to go out together. People thought it was my grandfather. I used to be jealous of all the kids in the block. I'd see them out playing baseball, football with their dad. The only thing we ever did together was like take a nap. But he did teach me, he taught me how to defend myself. My father taught me a form of martial arts just for Jewish people to get even. It's called Jiu-Jitsu. If that doesn't work, so sue me. My dad was a very wise man. No matter what question I asked him, he always had an answer. I'm like, Dad, how come bagels have a hole in the middle? Well, Jews are always trying to save a little dough. I'm like, how come God invented Gentiles? Well, somebody has to buy retail. When I was a little boy, my father sat me down and told me what it means to be a Jew. He said, son, remember, Moses was the first Jewish prophet. And ever since Moses, Jews have always made a profit. So now I'm in therapy. I'm a recovering Jew. I go to a Jewish support group. It's called a halfway house. It's kind of like going to rehab. They got like a 12-step program. Yeah, they almost kicked me out because I tried to Jew them down to 10 steps. My mother hates that joke. Why do you gotta say Jew them down? It's so offensive. I'm like, Mom, it's okay. I'm a comedian. I can stereotype 45 words a minute. My mother is 94 years old. She's in perfect health. Doesn't take any blood pressure medication. She's as sharp as you or me. She's doing great. Doesn't even use glasses. Now, she drinks straight from the bottle. She was in the hospital recently just for some routine tests. She told me they had an excellent staff. Unfortunately, it was the kind of staff that's resistant to antibiotics. I'm scared of hospitals and doctors and stuff. I do. I hear all the, I have a friend of mine who's a nurse, and he tells me all these horror stories and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, with friends like him, who needs enemas? Now, you heard about that case a few years back. Remember they amputated the wrong foot? Remember that case? Remember hey, if they did that to me, I'd be hopping mad. I would have. But now my mom lives in Boca Raton. You guys familiar with this area? Over on the Jewish side of the state? Just a bunch of old Jewish people live over there. That's it, man. It's like a bagel joint in every corner. Right next to the bagel joint, they got a Chinese restaurant. All the Jewish women love Chinese food. Because wonton spelled backward is not now. My mom goes out to eat, she reads the menu like the Torah, right to left. Right, price first, then the entree. That's how she decides what she wants. She's like, I'll take the $9.95 chop steak. Okay, sure. That sounds great. Now, my mom's parents are both from Russia. A lot of older Jewish people are rushing to the early bird special. I've got two brothers that live in Boca. My brother Barry is a lawyer, my brother Noah is an accountant, and I was supposed to be the doctor. That's like the Jewish trifecta, the Jewish trinity or something like that. But I tried to get into medical school, but they said my handwriting was too legible. So that's why I tell jokes. I figure laughter's the best medicine. You know, I might leave you in stitches, I don't know. So my brother Noah, the accountant, he's the president of a company that makes kosher peanut butter. It's called Skimpy. We also sell a flavor of kosher ice cream, fudge ripoff. My brother Barry the lawyer, he has a black belt in Sosumi, and he's not only is he a lawyer, he's also a rabbi. That's true. He's a rabbi and a lawyer. He can marry you or divorce you. He can notarize you. He can eulogize you. Yeah, he can do it all. Around his neck, he wears a star of affidavit. You guys ever heard of a Jewfish? Anybody heard of a Jewfish? Yeah, they don't call it that anymore. What do they call it now? Goliath grouper, right? They don't want to offend the Jewish people. That's my job. But actually, I caught a Jewfish one time. That's a big fish. It's a really, it was actually two fish. It was him and his lawyer. But they put up quite a fight. They took me to court. You know, we finally reached an out-of-order settlement. But now I knew it was a Jewfish because he came up to me. He's like, you know, my brother-in-law Murray could have gotten that fishing pole for you wholesale. You know, I used to be a member of a Jewish biker gang. It was called Hillel's Angels. Yeah, I drove a yarmulke.